great personalities are known for their charitable nature and their giving. It's said that in the palace of the Pandavas, at the time, especially at the time of the coronation of King Yudhishthira as the emperor of the world, and during the Rajasuya sacrifice and like that, that the only words heard in their palace was give, eat, and enjoy. They had so many guests, and they were simply serving their guests and giving and giving and giving from their seemingly unlimited treasury. You see? So this is a great personality. You look at any great personality, or even a rich person, you know, who has lots of money, what are they doing? They form some charitable trust, and then they're giving to other people who are less fortunate. So similarly, when someone has knowledge or self-realization, one of the symptoms of that is that they simply give. They share it with others. They encourage others to reach the same platform, to reach the same realizations that they have. This is a symptom of those who have attained self-realization. And a person who really loves God simply wants to give pleasure to God. He doesn't seek pleasure for himself because he can easily have pleasure simply by contemplating his own spiritual nature. That's enough pleasure. Who needs any more pleasure than that? You have to know how profound this pleasure is. And then you realize that anything else is simply icing on the cake. But the fact is that Krishna reciprocates our devotional service by giving even more pleasure. And there is this constant competition between Krishna and the devotee. That the devotee wants to give Krishna more and more pleasure. And Krishna tries to give the devotee more and more pleasure. And sometimes when Krishna wins, the devotee becomes so ecstatic that he can't continue his devotional service anymore. And then he's like, Krishna beat me again. I'm going to get him. I'm going to give him so much pleasure, he won't be able to do anything. Ha ha ha. See, this is the devotee. The devotee and Krishna have an eternal competition to see who can give the other one more pleasure, more ecstasy, more love. It's completely different from this material world. In this material world, people have competition to see who can get more. In the spiritual world, they have competition to see who can give more. That's the difference, you see. So we shouldn't try to get stuff for ourselves. We shouldn't need or try to get all these different desires, material and spiritual desires. These things are traps. And they're all traps, even the spiritual desires like mukti, because we're trying to get something for ourselves. That is material consciousness. When we're in spiritual consciousness, we know we're eternal. We know we're full of energy. We know we can't be killed. Nothing can hurt us. So we just give. And guess what? Then Krishna gives back in such abundance that we can't even receive it. Who is saying when Krishna takes, he takes with one hand. But when he gives with 10 hands. Who is saying that? I forget. Anyway, he gives so much that we can't even receive it. We don't have enough hands. I feel like that every time I look at our website stats. They're going zoom, right up through the roof. Exponential increase. So that's the result of our giving. You see? When you give, everybody wants to accept nice gifts. And the best thing that you can give is transcendental knowledge. Transcendental knowledge is eternal. It never wears out. The more you share it, the more it expands. The more you give, the more you get. Krishna has a special soft spot in his heart for those devotees who like to explain his philosophy to the other devotees. He says that never would there be a devotee as dear to me as him. So if you really want pleasure, if you really want to get the benefits of the esoteric teaching, spread this teaching to others, and you will see immediately you will get so much mercy from Krishna. It's very, very nice. Take responsibility for spreading Krishna's message, and Krishna will reward you beyond your ability to receive it. You feel like you're in an ocean of mercy, and you can only drink one drop at a time. So our ability to even absorb Krishna's reciprocation is limited, but his mercy isn't limited. So grab yourself a piece of that mercy and share it. That's what this is all about.